Greetings, everybody. Greetings from Hannover Messe. We are here with the CEO of Skynet, my friend Gary Tillery. Welcome. It's good to see you.
Good to have you.
For those of you that haven't heard about Skynet, how would you describe that in one sentence?
Well, one sentence is going to be kind of difficult, but so we actually are about data, and with data in the industrial automation industry, there's OT networks, the security around those, a lot of things. There's a lot of things in the news lately. Well, we address a lot of those by securing the network, but at the same time giving you secure data to, say, the cloud, or from the edge to another edge in another network, or it could be edge to the IT department. So we can give you security because there's no inbound ports. That's the key thing. It's only outbound. Even though we support hardware solutions with data diodes, you can do bi-directional data that way.
Got it. So we'll double click a little more than, but I want to understand about how you came about into the role of the CEO. So you came via the board rather than the inside the company. What was it about the Skynet that you want to say, I want to lead this company?
Well, it's an interesting story. Xavier is someone I developed a relationship with when I was working on a partnership with him at Aviva, actually, prior to Skynet. And so we got to work together for many, many years and developed a relationship that when I left Aviva, he gave me about a month. And then it was, he asked if I would like to join the board. So I joined the board of Skynet in June of 2025. And at that point in time, I was doing a lot of things, but one of the things was to find another CEO for Skynet. We wanted to free up Andrew Thomas, one of our founders, so he could focus on the technology. And I was doing a lot of, kind of reaching out to people. Everyone kept saying the same thing. Gary, you're already there. You should be doing this. My wife kept saying, like, you're so passionate about this company. You like the people. I hear you talking about it all the time. You're doing these things. Maybe you should consider it. So when I looked at like the team that's there, there's a great team. The technology that they developed over the years, and they've had it for a number of years. Cogent's been around for over 25 years. And plus also the market there and the demand is needed. What is needed is kind of a little bit more leadership on the CEO side. And that's kind of why I wanted to join.
Appreciate the background. And certainly Aviva is our common workplace. That's how we got to know each other.
Yes.
Now, let's talk about if a manufacturer in this hall here at Hannover is struggling with their OT and IT integration project. What is the one thing you tell them?
So I would tell them to really the advice I give people, and it's not a technology-led advice. I tell them not to get too concerned about trying to build someone else's network or someone else's architecture or anyone else's UNS. Every customer is different. They all at different stages in their journey. And so when you're building these things out, there's a lot of things has to happen organizationally. You got to get the organization behind it because everyone's had failed projects. And when you start looking at security as well, first thing we do is we jump into the IT side, which is great for the IT. It doesn't always fit on the OT side. I mean, patching and these kind of things are vastly different for an OT network. So that's when, you can build your architecture, you can design that with some knowledgeable people that's custom for you and your solution and your problem. Then you can start to look at technology companies like ourselves, and we can address the security port problem. We can translate data from the old Modbus to more modern technologies like MQTT, or it might be maybe OPC, maybe others, and we can get that anywhere you want to securely. That's the whole idea.
Thank you for that. Now, I know a lot of people are trying to leverage agentic AI, whether it's to be more efficient, or as we've heard from the CEO of Accenture last night, it's to grow the opening comment. So are you concerned that agentic AI tools could introduce new cybersecurity risks into the OT environment?
That is a big concern because, all technology is intended for good and sometimes used for evil. And so the attackers are, the people who do attacks on networks and security areas, they know the secure areas versus the non-secure. An OT environment's very susceptible to this because of the control that it has. So yes, we are concerned about that. And actually, I read an article, I can't quote you the article, I don't remember where it was, but it's talking about that 80% of ransomware is written by AI. So if you have bots that are writing the software to, get inside your network through it maybe email or something else, but they're also using probably the bots then to attack. And so that's why, you need to take your security kind of as a priority, not as an afterthought once something's happened. And it's also to kind of look at it from your attackers now are not just people. It's not just software written by people. Now you're going to have agentic AI writing code, but also using those bots maybe to attack your network. So because the game keeps going up and up and up. And so there is concerns. Now we haven't seen any incidents of this. We haven't had any reports, but it is something that we've been talking about internally.
Gary, thank you so much for the insights. And if your audience certainly you have concerns about your environment, feel free to stop by here in Hall 27,
Hall 27,
the Canadian Pavilion.
Yes, stand A12.
All right. And or just leverage the hashtag you see there on the screen, and we will make sure that we get the appropriate expert to support you.